Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are gathered here today to kill one of the bucks on our hit list, and it could be a number of bucks. I have waited now until the 11th of November to come in here to one of our best spots. I didn't want to come in too early because I was afraid to booger it up. Maybe I waited too late, but it is what it is. On the 11th of November, we're in the best spot, I think, that we've sat in all year. It's a kill night. We are going to have an opportunity to hit a big buck tonight. I know it. I absolutely know it. Beep. Oh my God, please tell me you're right on him right now. That is some of the coolest footage ever. God, the sun was like glistening on his antlers and it was green underneath. Cool, man. The tuna fish buck. The tuna fish buck. Oh my, it's the tuna fish buck. It was the coolest view from right here. I don't know if Kyle caught it or not. Looking through my binoculars, he's right at the tip of the ridge. The breath's coming out of his mouth. The sun's shining on his rack and on his body. 4-year-old, beautiful buck. We passed him last year down in the sanctuary. We passed him this year once in the sanctuary. It's a good sign, man. 4-year-olds on their feet cruising. Now we just need to find a 5-year-old that's doing the same thing. One of those does must have been hot. Boy, he wants nothing to do with that. One of those does must have been hot or coming in to eat. That's the buck I found in the shed too, right over here too. He's at least a 5-year-old, maybe 6-year-old deer, big, heavy, probably 140 class meat. Busted off brow. He's got 2 kickers or 1 kicker off his base. Got tons of trail camera pictures of that buck. Never seen him on the hoof last year, I don't believe, but boy, he's a big old deer. He'd be a tough deer to pass on my property. So if he comes swinging by, who knows?
Bow hunting is my life. Filming is my passion. My bow is my weapon. Hunting giant deer is my purpose. Shed hunting is what moves me. Chasing spring gobblers sharpens our skills. Designing the gear that I use is my job. Making better bow hunting videos is my duty. These are my friends and my brothers. This is my world. This is Whitetails Inc. Of all the bucks that I currently track on the various hunting properties that I hunt, Barry Sanders is my favorite buck indeed. I named Barry Sanders after the only thing that really ever came from my childhood of rooting for the Detroit Lions. Any fellow Michiganders can definitely relate to that. Barry is a buck that spends a lot of his life on my property. I have literally thousands of trail camera pictures of this buck for over the last 2 years, and last year I actually found both of his sheds laying together, which was a first for me.
Said it before and I'll say it again, to be the first human to put hands on these bones. Undescribable. Let's check this out. Ah, I am so pumped. Pretty meaningful bone right here, guys. Real meaningful.
One more year and he will go from being my favorite buck to pass to the buck that I intend on killing.
He's coming our way. Here he comes. You can see him? Yeah. He's coming right at us. He's walking to the right of that cedar tree. Right to us. See him? Don't move. He's in open. I can't see him. And I have people tell me it was on it doesn't work. He is 25 yards right there. Stood down here sniffing the ozone coming right from my blind. It's a 4.5-year-old bull named Barry Sanders. 140 miles. 4-year-old. Unbelievable, man. That was awesome. We had him at 15 yards. He then walked at 20 yards after small. He's right there, you know. He's gonna walk through again. Turn back. Sonics works, man. Don't take my word for it. Take that box. You can clearly see that he was sniffing the air right here, looking right at us. He knew the smell was coming from this blind. He just didn't know what it was. They do not know what ozone is. They don't know it's harmful. All they know is that it's foreign to him. He had us right here busted as a 4-year-old deer. Stood there for probably 2 minutes, Debbie. Walked right straight downwind. We got a southwest, we're blowing right there. And I have people tell me it was on it doesn't work. And tonight we are in a kill spot on a kill day. It's just kind of cold, little steady kind of wind, and it's just dull, cloudy, just kind of awesomeness. So I'm curious to see what we might see. We actually saw Carl Weathers come out of this area running across a giant cut cornfield at 1:30 in the afternoon. So there's a chance we could see him. I doubt it, but he's a monster.
Carl Weathers was definitely at the top of my hit list going into this season. After passing him last year as a 4.5-year-old deer, there wasn't a day that went by that I didn't think about him. I had hundreds of trail camera pictures of Carl from early this summer all the way until early September. At that point, Carl dropped off the face of my earth. I never saw or had a single trail camera picture of Carl until one day he suddenly appeared crossing a giant cut cornfield at 1:30 in the afternoon. The best intel you can get is from first-hand observation. Generally, like any other time of the year, these bucks work circuits through an area and will run these circuits for days at a time. It seems like that 2 to 3 day window is when you will see a buck consistently, and then he'll be off to a different circuit in a different area. It was a long shot, but I was sitting in that stand that night hoping to catch him.
It's the rut, man. You can catch stuff coming from different properties. Carl Weathers was coming from an adjacent property that he lives on because I haven't seen him all year. Haven't even seen him hardhorn until the other day with my binoculars, and he is magnificent. He's breeding right now. Yep, it's Carl Weathers, all right. Holy. He can't quite figure it out. Stick it in, buddy. My God, it's... Dude, has he ever done it before? Yes, he is.
There ain't no way you could grunt him in.
No, you don't even try. You ain't taking him off that. Where they are walking down, though, you could hunt tomorrow. Because generally they will stay with a doe. And he's obviously in this area. You seeing this all right now? I gotta sit down so I can get better. Oh, can you believe it? He's gonna punt it right now. Yeah. Please tell me you're on that. He can't quite figure it out.
I feel like I'm doing something wrong. You should brush up.
He's on her again. Are you filming this? I don't think he can get it done. He can't. Have you ever done this before, Carl?
I had this problem once. He must have a little bit of
Dude, this is the breeding spot, man. Every time we've been here, we fucking film that. He's trying again. Are you on? I'm still recording.
Yeah.
She's not putting her butt down like she's supposed to. Oh, can you believe it? our setup, man. There's big buck rubs all around us. And we are literally right in a bedding area. These bucks know that, and they cruise this spot. There's not a doubt in my mind. That beautiful blonde coyote was standing right here at 25 yards. Good to see you, old boy. I haven't seen that deer yet this year. Last year he lived down in the sanctuary. Oh, film the heck out of that, dude. Just stay out. Rip my earpiece out. Just stay on him. Ladies and gentlemen, the rusty nail buck. Beautiful, beautiful 150 class 10, 4-year-old. I have both of his sheds from last year. Beautiful. Pretty sure it's that same buck Kyle and I saw a half dozen times during the season. Almost every time we hunted out here, he came running by, rattled him in once. Match side of the nice little buck I found out here the other day, about 10 days ago actually. Beautiful mass. I think he's a nice little 3-year-old. So this year I'm excited to have an opportunity to see him. Wonder what he turns into.
This is a buck that I got to know so well last year through the many encounters we had with him as a 3.5-year-old. I must have passed him 2 or 3 times last year, and we saw him nearly every time we hunted out in one particular area. This year as a 4.5-year-old, he was nowhere near as active during daylight, and like most bucks that make it to 4.5 and 5.5 years old, they just transform into a different animal. This is why I cherish these very few encounters from 2010 so much.
You know, this late in the game, that buck would be a really nice deer to kill. And I think a lot of, well, I know for a fact a lot of people in my shoes would kill him. Because pretty much most of the TV guys out there are pounding any 3-year-old they get a chance at just to accumulate a certain number of kills that supposedly the industry has a prerequisite that you gotta kill something every show or something, which if I don't take pleasure in killing one, I'm not gonna do it. So that's a buck that is gonna be a giant next year. He'd be a 170 class deer, I bet. This year he's 150, 155, give or take. Is that that? He's perfect. And he's got a kicker off his right main beam right between his brow tie and his G2. That's why I call him the old rusty nail. He has the textbook exact same rack this year as he did last year, except 1 click bigger. So, next year, baby, next year.
While we had some good encounters in 2010, I can honestly say that our mature buck sightings had to have been down 75% from previous years. It was the worst rut I've experienced in at least 10 years, and maybe ever. I had never worked harder or been more prepared at the beginning of this season, and it didn't make a damn bit of difference. There is nothing you can do to get a big mature buck off its big fat belly if that's where its instinct tells him to stay. It is what it is, and I call that hunting. I hope that eating my 3 Iowa buck tags this season shows you the reality of hunting trophy whitetails. It's never easy, but if you have thousands of acres of privately controlled ground, it can definitely offer the hunter more opportunities. I'm just not that lucky, and I suspect that 99% of you watching can relate to my frustrations. On the next installment of Whitetails Inc., you can see what we refer to as the dark side of bow hunting. These aren't my proudest moments of 2010, but they will definitely strike a chord with anyone who has ever had a season like many of us have had this past year. If throwing your bow out of a tree, crying on stand, and straight up whitetail mutiny is your sort of thing, you won't want to miss my world crashing down all around me for the 2 worst months of my life. If you're sick of watching the same old, check out a White Knuckle DVD. Not just different, better. To check out our full line of White Knuckle Productions DVDs, gear, and additional video clips, either click on the link from whitetailsinc.com or visit us at whiteknuckleproductions.com.